In this video, I want to actually talk about addiction, and it's definitely one of the most misunderstood and most punished type behaviors and disorders there is. And so I want to talk about addiction. Addiction is not a later in life or an adult type thing, or even young adult. Addiction can be something that could affect anybody. But the thing is, addiction actually starts from day one. And it starts with your caretakers. Now, I will say your caretakers certainly don't realize. That is not something that I'm sure intentionally, maybe in some cases, but just don't realize. The biggest part of healing is awareness, being aware. And so what happens is addiction comes from the first part of your life. And so what happens is when you need your needs met, your mother, father, there's no mother or father, there's no one that's more important in this role. This is something that is equal to both parents or caretaker. And that is stimulating the part of the brain or the nervous system, which is the region that affects the reward and pleasure. So what I mean by this is starting with your infant, okay? When your infant starts expressing needs, crying, fussing, whatever it is, instead of stimulating that region of the brain or the nervous system, the reward system, the pleasure system, with oxytocin, which is the love bonding hormone, and serotonin, which is the happy hormone, and instead replaces it with something that's more dopamine hormone addictive, if that makes sense. And so what happens is instead of providing that bonding, that happiness, shared time with mother, father, and baby, that bond is important with both, like I said, or caretaker, whoever's closest to that baby raising and bringing it up. If you don't stimulate that region of the brain for pleasure and reward with oxytocin, love bonding, serotonin, happiness, and instead with dopamine addictive options, sugar, soda, a toy, a prize, anything other than infant being against your skin, filling your heartbeat, your scent, the sound of your voice when it's against your body, okay? Love bonding, mother and father, caretaker. And instead, given a bottle, a pacifier, toddler years, a toy, a piece of candy, whatever the case is, you are giving them those addictive dopamine replacements instead of the love bonding and happiness hormone to share together. So by doing that, some of it's intentional, I don't want to deal with it. Some of it's unintentional, I'm just unaware. Either way, once you see this video, you are now aware. And so what happens is with your baby, your infant, love bonding, give them that heartbeat, give them that scent of your skin, let them hear your voice, sing to them, talk to them. Okay, they need that. That's that bonding, happiness, joyful. Okay? Don't reward them with candy. Don't reward them with video games. Don't reward them with everything to avoid your own child. That's all it is. So, addiction comes from day one, from avoidance of your parent or caretaker to stimulate the reward center and pleasure center of the brain and the nervous system with oxytocin, love bonding, happiness, instead with dopamine, addictive, pleasurable, temporary pleasurable options, replacements. So when your addiction starts with day one, your addictive behaviors, your addictive personalities start and normalize as patterns from day one. You just switch your options depending on what your addiction is. So food, sex, drugs, alcohol, shopping, video games, whatever it is, that is your addiction. And the more you avoid your children and feed them full of dopamine, pleasurable replacements, and avoid giving them in the reward center and pleasure center, the oxytocin, the love bonding, and the serotonin, you are actually creating that addiction as the parent. The child is just the suffering. But that child, once you see this video, can become aware. The biggest part of healing and recovery is awareness. And making that choice for yourself, start normalizing, creating new patterns, neuroplasticity, new neural pathways of reward and pleasure, of oxytocin and happiness with healthy relationships, not dopamine replacements.